Welcome back to Artists in Residence. Thanks for checking out all the videos that we've done so far. Have a wonderful guest today, Devin Carney, the Artistic Director of Kansas City Ballet. Devin, how are you doing right now?
Wow. Well, it's a different paradigm right now, but I'm doing great. I'm doing just great. Doing a lot of work right now. And, we've still got a ballet company to run, so I'm really excited about what the future holds.
Unlike most of the artists I've been speaking to, or individual artists working at home, you have a whole company to run, right? So, how did you approach that you really had to cut off the end of your season?
Yeah, it was, we were right in the middle of preparing for our second to last production called New Moves, which we do in our Todd Bolander Center for Dance Creativity. And most of the works were in their final stages of being created, and they were actually in the brush ups moment. And the whole city shut down, closed up any sort of venue that was, large groups. So of course, we're part of that sort of a dynamic of large groups gathering to be able to see us. So it was a tough moment for all of us. It was a very surprising moment. Didn't quite expect it to happen so quickly, but there it was. And, we all said our goodbyes, and we've been living in this virtual world ever since, which is very different, Brad, compared to, we're a very physical art form, and we're very much dependent on that physical contact with each other. So there's definitely a withdrawal going on for all of us right now in that respect.
So, do you keep in contact with the dancers and the rest of the group about how they can, because like you said, it's such a physical art form, and it demands room, I would think, to even practice. How do you communicate to your dancers? What do you say to them during this time to keep them, in it, if I could, lack of a better term?
Right. They've been sort of doing their own thing for a couple of weeks, and we recently just began doing a virtual company class, which has been a very interesting experience, but one which has been really healing in many respects for all of us, because, as you know, Zoom is one of those platforms where you can see a lot of people all at once. And we do company class each day, and I teach it, or someone else on our artistic staff will teach it. And I'm in, of course, my living room teaching, and every one of the dancers are in their crazy makeshift ballet environments, whether it be hanging onto a kitchen counter or dancing around the living room trying to dodge their dog, or some of them have been really creative and made their own bars and made their own type of flooring. But when it comes down to the essence of the experience, it's been really great to have that connectivity with all of the artists, and to have that daily is a really vital part of this process right now, and one which I think we're all very happy to have the opportunity to be able to do, frankly.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can't help but wonder, those people that are out there that are alone. It's the human connection is still important even over these, virtual meetings and these virtual interviews. It's nice to have that human connection. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, and with a ballet, unlike other art forms, we really need space to be able to do it. So that's been the real challenge, is being creative. But we're dealing with artists, so what do you know? It's okay to be creative.
Yeah, that's great. So I understand you're also, you're still leading the company that you have here, but you're also looking at, from what I understand, audition videos and stuff. So what are you doing at home to get prepared for the next season of the next ballet season?
The thing about working from home, I thought, somehow it's going to be a little lighter. Let's put it that way. Lighter, right? Well, yes. One of the things I've been doing at home is looking for new dancers. And that's been a real challenge because normally I travel the country and run auditions all over the country, San Francisco, Houston, Miami, Boston, New York, Seattle, and as well as here in Kansas City. And that audition process was cut in half, literally in half, more than half. About 60% of the auditions didn't occur. So a lot of dancers are sending me videos of their work. And that's an interesting way to try and determine someone's qualifications only by video. Again, that in-person thing is so important in my art form. And it's been a real interesting challenge. One which I'm up to, and I love the opportunity to be creative in different ways of assessing someone's abilities. And oh my goodness, the number of auditions we're receiving, I'd say it's 500-600 videotapes that have come across my dining room table, not my desk. And we're planning next season too. I mean, there's so much I'm doing from home, which is really incredible. It's just as long a day because there is still a ballet company to run. And,
so one thing I know is that you announce your next season every April. Have you announced the next season yet? Are you looking to post? I need to. I've been so busy too. It's crazy. Like, how do you get so busy?
So creative too.
Right. So how do you? So what's coming up next season that people will certainly want to go to the ballet? I just can't. When we get out of this, I can't wait to witness.
Right.
All the creative things that I am missing. Like, you don't know you're missing it until you can't do it anymore and they tell you can't. So what do we get to see next season?
Wow. Yeah. We're all hoping that we will all be able to return to our theaters across the country. And we start with the new moves we postponed from this year. We're bringing that in to begin next season. In September. That is the current plan. And then after that, we do our Dracula, which is an amazing production, world-renowned production. And then, of course, Nutcracker. And then after that, I'm bringing another New Moves production to our Bollinger Center. That's our New Moves 21. And then following that, we've got an amazing production of Cinderella that I'm very excited about creating the new choreography for. So I've been working a lot on that score right now. It's been quite intensive working on that as well. And then we finish the year as it stands right now with George Balanchine's full-length non-narrative work called Jewels. So that's our season as it stands. We may have to do some rearranging a little bit, it just depends a lot on of course, what's happening in the world and when it's safe for us to go back out.
Yeah, exactly. We're all kind of still don't know what's going to happen even when after they lift this. So, what are you doing to keep in contact? And I know one of the important things, and especially with working with you before, is that audience. You keeping contact with your audience that's out there that can't come see you right now. How are you encouraging people to stay in lock with the Kansas City Ballet?
Well, we have a great website, of course, and on that website we are producing a lot of content and much more than normal, presenting excerpts from previous works that we've performed as well. Of course, we are also doing Instagram takeovers by our dancers. As I said, we're doing company class, and it's in the works to actually put that company class out online once a week to be able to be seen by our general public. Anyone in the world who wants to pop in and watch company class. So we're working on getting that ready to go. And very open to new creative ideas as these months go by. So what I'm telling you now is not the end of all the things we're going to be doing. It's just the very beginning of the ideas that are going to start flowing from a lot of different individuals who are quite creative at Kansas City Ballet.
I can't wait to see what the Kansas City Ballet does, how we can view it online in this virtual world we're kind of living in. And the idea of showing company class, one of the things that I took from working with the ballet a few years ago was all the hard work that everyone at the ballet puts in. It just floors me from class starting at the beginning of the day to everything going. So if I can just encourage anybody, if you get those classes out online, I would encourage everybody to go check that out, because it's such, watching people who are best at what they do is an experience you don't always get to see.
True. Yeah. I agree with you. It's the same goes true for you, Brad, and all the amazing things you produce. Love what you do.
I appreciate it. So anything, we'll just wrap this up with anything that I missed, anything you'd like to tell people that are watching, you know?
Well, you know, apart from dance, you know, I'm trying to stay creative in other ways too. I'm a closet photographer. I think you know that about me. And so I'm very excited about working on some photography during this time period, which I can't wait to see what comes of it all. It's something that I always had a dream of doing before the dance came along. So it's kind of been exciting to slow down enough to find some other creative outlets, which I'm really thrilled about. And lastly, you know, I think the thing that is most important is that, you know, right now we're all going through a lot, you know, and you know, perhaps there's a lot more to still go through, but there will be a time we will prevail as a society, we will prevail as a world, and we will come out of our homes, and we will see our families again, and we will see our friends again, and we will meet again in person. And I really look forward to that. I really do. And I believe in that wholeheartedly.